I think the Iowa Track Elite program can provide an array of benefits to an athlete, coming out of college, trying to navigate the professional track and field scene. It's something I wish I would have had when I graduated. It can be tough. I mean, you're looking at very few athletes out of college have contracts, so you're navigating it financially. It's kind of hard if you don't have an individual you're working with that has gone through that situation also. So you're trying to develop those relationships and navigate those issues too. So I think that having a core group of people who have gone through the same thing could be huge for athletes coming out of college. I've been in Iowa City for over a decade now, and the community here is great. The running community is so tight-knit, and I think that having local businesses sponsor professional track and field athletes can deepen those roots. I've been a part of the running scene. I worked at a local running store here for 4 or 5 years. I coach high school track and field here. I've helped put on races. I've shot the gun at races, and I know the amount of great people that are in the running scene in Iowa. And I think that businesses investing in that will only pay dividends for them in various ways in the future.
I think that's a huge thing, especially in a sport like this where it's pretty individualistic and stuff like that. To get the local community and the businesses involved, because it just makes the athletes feel more special. If your community is behind you, you have the community to get behind you when you're going to your meets and stuff like that. We usually have meets at the indoor track and here at the outdoor track as well. So when we got the community behind us, it's just that much more personal, and it just just helps everything. So I think just getting those businesses involved, keeping the community behind you, it's just big for us. It just makes us feel more welcome and makes us want to drive even more towards our goals. I think Iowa Track Elite is an amazing program that Brittany Bronergy, your time still trying to start up. Just when I came out in 2017, the first year was it was great. I got to travel overseas and stuff like that, but I had no idea about the the expenses, the travel, even just the finances and just everything you had to put into the sport outside of just training and running. Everybody likes to think that, when you step on the track, everything is okay, but they never see that backstory. And I'm sure that's not just for, track and field athletes, but that's for athletes, everywhere in the professional realm. But for track specifically, like I said, it's such an individualistic sport. If you don't have those coveted contracts and things like that, a program like this is imperative. For me, when I was coming out, especially in 2018, I had to work, 2 jobs, and then I also had to train at such a high level. It was just very, very hard and difficult for me to stay at such a high level. And I tried my best in 2018. I wasn't there exactly, but I found different ways to, navigate the things that I was talking about that were issues, like the finances and stuff like that. So a program like this, to where you can have guidance from people that have gone through it, and also just that support. And I think that helps so much, because then you can just focus so much more on your craft and your nutrition and sleep and just your mental. You go into your races and you're that much more prepared, as opposed to having to worry about your finances so much and can I pay for my car, can I pay for my house, do I have the proper food to eat, stuff like that. So I think ITE is just the perfect program, and it's such a great thing that's coming into place.
I think the networking and community aspect is probably even more important, if not equally important, to the sponsorship side of it. Having a community behind you and having connections and being able to learn from other people and continue to develop off of the track or outside of your athletic career, I think would have been the biggest benefit to me making that transition. And I waited until after that to start those conversations and to meet those people. And I think being part of that conversation and nurturing those goals and those ideas at the same time, rather than waiting until the next chapter, is so important. I think just that transitional phase, being an athlete who is receiving a lot, receiving instruction, receiving support, is one thing. And all of a sudden, when you are kind of carrying your torch on your own and you are outputting all of that, and you're wearing a lot of hats. You're your own agent, you're your own sponsor, you work to support yourself, and you're also the athlete at the end of the day. And being able to have guidance and support to make that transition, to have resources on where do you sign up for health insurance, and how do you compose a resume for athletic endeavors and accomplishments to get yourself into meets, and being able to have that kind of guidance and support in all of the little things that you had someone else help you do beforehand would have just been a really great easy button and also help that learning process.